Hello, other YouTuber. Good morning. Today is January 7, and today I want to do a short video on how to change a 1997 Toyota Camry engine engine oil. Okay, so first of all, you want the car to be sitting on a flat surface. That's just for the safety. You do not want to work on your vehicle under a incline or downhill surface, or it's really hazard and it's bad for you. You don't want the car to be rolling down and you're going to be having problem with jacking up the car. So first of all, for the safety reason, you want the car to be on the flat surface. Second of all, you want to apply the e-brake. So make sure no matter whenever you work on the car, you want to have the e-brake on. So as you can see, the e-brake right there, it's on. Just for the safety, you don't want the car to be rolling back or anyone hit you from the back while you're working on the car and the car moving or anything like that. Yeah, like I said, today is January 7th. Right now it's about 45 degree, 9 a.m. right now. Okay, first of all, this is a 4-cylinder engine. As you can see, this 4-bank. There's a transmission on this side. So before you start, you want to know what kind of engine are you working on. So this is a 4-cylinder. The transmission is on this side, which means you want to jack the car up on that side, which, as you can see, I have a jack right there. Because the oil pan is going to be right underneath the engine, not the transmission side. But if you're going to change the transmission fluid, then you want to jack the car up from that side. This is the dipstick for the transmission, and here's the dipstick for the engine, the motor. And there's the oil filter right there. Most all the engines are the same, so you just want to find out where's your engine's at, where's your transmission's at, so that you know which side to jack it up. If you have an inline 4 or straight 6, obviously the transmission is somewhere in the front. I mean the engine oil pan's somewhere at the front. So here's the jack. I sort of jacked the car up a little bit. One thing that you want is that one thing for sure is that you want to jack everything up from the frame right here. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, right there, yeah, that's the frame. I know that most vehicles came with the the own portable jack, which I highly won't recommend because it's really small. It's not sturdy. If you have the portable, you want to jack from the side right here. It actually indicate a little bit dent right here. That's where would you'd be doing it, but it's not really safe. Because even though it has the power to pick the whole car up, but it's really small, so if anyone push the car or anything like that, it tends to bend over or might fall down. I had that problem before, so that's why I'm telling you this. And sometimes when you remove the cap, it's kind of tough to remove because it's really hard. So I use I guess you could call I don't know what the name for this is, the gasket oil filter remover. It exactly fit on top of that right there, and it's really easy to move because I have problems with that before. So first step, remove the oil cap on top so that there's more pressure inside the engine, and when you loosen up the bolt on the bottom, it kind of flush it down faster, have more gravity, I guess. Second part, jack the car up, and then let's check out the bottom. Okay guys, we are currently at the bottom of the car. So when you come under the car, you want to check out some safety. As you can see, the jack is over there. You want to see if anywhere is leaking or anything like that, but everything seems good. So we are currently under the engine side. As you can see, this is the bolt. It's a 14 millimeter But that's just for the Camry and 4-cylinder. Every car is different. Some might use the 18 or 19 for the Honda. So yeah, and here's the exhaust. Also, some 4-cylinder car, especially Honda, they have their oil filter all the way on the top next to the oil pan, somewhere around this area. So just be careful. And alright, just drain everything. Another thing, when you loosen up this bolt, you have to be careful. This obviously there's going to be a lot of oil coming out, so you want to, between the last thread, you want to remove that bolt really fast so that your hair might not get all washed up with the oil. And here's the oil pan. Yep. Okay, let's get started. Okay, well, the oil is being drained on the bottom, as you could see. I don't know if you can see a little bit. Right there, this is the oil pan right there, and underneath the wall, oil is being drained. We could remove the oil filter on the top here. This car is pretty easy to work on because the oil filter is on the top. Also, you need to know this is that there's also going to be a lot of oil inside the oil filter. So when you remove this, you have to be careful. Be expecting to have a lot of oil coming out while removing this. Here's the dip stick for the oil. So you could use the handy tool that I was talking about earlier and just remove this. Yep. Alright, let's get started. What I also did was I removed the dip stick so that it's easier to get to the oil filter. I loosened the oil filter up a little bit so that it's easier to take it out. Oh, as you can see, there's a lot of oil drain came out. So it's normal, and I also planned this, and so I removed the oil pan a little bit forward so that the oil could go all the way to the bottom. Okay, this is the old oil filter, and this is the new one. The design is kind of different. I don't know if you could see this. This one's a bit shorter. By the side, yeah, it's actually a lot shorter. But it's for Toyota Camry, I guess. So one thing you want to know is that you always want to loop the top off for the new one. You could use the old oil, I guess, and apply the loop on top of this. The reason why you want to loop it up is so that when you apply this thing, it doesn't get stick to the engine when the engine is really hot, and it's easier for you to remove this on the next oil change. Yeah. Okay. And you also want to clean it off the bottom, obviously, but we'll do that later. We're just going to install this right now. And you want this thing to be hand tied. You do not want to tie this up really a lot. Just hand tie is good enough, and it should does the work with the sealing it. With that little bit oil on the edge, it should seal it up pretty tight. And hand tie, okay, that's good. And I'll clean that up later. So let's go check out the bottom. Okay, as you see, the oil is still kind of dripping a little bit. That's from the oil from the top right there, the oil filter. The oil is kind of dripped down. But anyway, it's up to you if you want to wait for the last drop, or you could just put the bolts back on and then stop the oil right now. It doesn't really matter, you know. There's probably really a little bit oil inside right now, so I'm probably just going to put it back right now. The thing about the bolt is that it came with a gasket. Well, actually, yeah, it has a gasket on it, so I recommend you do a gasket change every 4 oil change. Yep. Okay, so I have put the drain bolts back on already. One thing I forgot to mention was that you want to hand tie the bolt. You do not want to put too much pressure on it, too much torque on it, because it's going to be hard for the for you to remove the bolt next time. So the oil filter is back. As you probably could see that we still have a little bit of oil right there. So I left the oil pan underneath just in case it's still dripping. Now we're just going to pour some oil in. The oil that you use either 5W30 or 10W30. 5W30, you probably save more gas on daily drive. It tends to help with the gas mileage. 10W30, it tends to give you a tiny little bit more power, more torque. It doesn't matter, they both are really good for your engine. It just some are different for the purpose, and the number only meant for the temperature, when how long does it take for engine to warm up and all that stuff. So we're just going to pour it off. This is a 4-cylinder engine. It's a pretty big liter. It's a 2.2 liter. So you probably want to pour. Well, I'm probably just going to pour 3.5 liter for now, and then warm up the engine, and then check the dipstick, and then pour some more, just in case if it's not enough. The next project I'll be working on right now actually is to change this radiator right now. As you can see, there's a leak. The main purpose of today was to change the radiator, but since I'm going to be getting my hands dirty, so that's why I want to change the oil first, then I'll do the radiator. Alright, let's get started. Thanks for watching.